Good evening. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Welcome to another edition of Mighty Ox Trading. You may have noticed I've updated some of the graphics as well as the name. We're no longer Ox Market, we're just Mighty Ox. And it's kind of a slow night. It was a slow day all day today. We can look at the day today. Ooh, that's ugly. Let's do that. And look at the ES. I mean, it ended up with about a 31 point range, but it pretty much, I mean, we got these moves that weren't as big as they look. It kind of just chopped through this all day. It did not have the same oomph it had on Friday, as you see this big move up, and then gave it almost all back. So it was kind of a boring day overall. The NASDAQ was really an ugly looking chart. It did range about 123 points. Hey Jay, how you doing? Long time no see, bud. The NASDAQ hit its low here last evening and hit its high right off the New York Open this morning. And this kind of was choppy the entire day. Wicks both directions. No smooth moves. My buddy Copper gave me a win earlier today, $250 win. It had a about 180 point range, tick range. Stayed kind of sideways most of the day, and then most of last night, and just started kind of trickling upwards. Gold, gold's looking ugly right now. Though now it's kind of finally found some direction with this up and down. But if I waited till one, I usually don't get in on the open. I usually wait an hour. We were starting to downtrend at the start of an hour, and there's a buy signal coming up on the downtrending SMA line. So if I waited to get in if I got in on this sell signal, that would have been good, I think. It wouldn't have gone for my full profit. It looks like tonight's the night we need to take some smaller profit targets, maybe a 10 to 5, which would work there. None of that would even work back here. Use this gold thorn today. Had about let's see, 15 point range. See this big up and down move here, right around 8:30 Eastern this morning. It's just the big move of the day. Platinum selling off. Look at all that red. Crude's calling for my attention. And hardly any volume there. Crude today started in a big uptrend, went sideways, kept trying to uptrend, then crashed down hard. It technically had about a 1.5 range, but that first, the low was at the very first candle. So we take that out, if the range from the rest of the day all happened within about an hour or so. And then it was sideways before and after. natural gas. Natural gas, about a 3 point range, almost. Big drop down here, right about 7 a.m. Recovered most of that, pulled back, recovered that, and then dropped again. So there's definitely some good plays in there. The Russell. The Russell actually hit all-time highs again today. About the Russell's the big mover today. About 35-point range. Although the low was again that first candle of the day. I would more consider the low about 24.29. It's only 3 points difference. It kind of went sideways for a while, and then as Europe was coming online, it went up. Slight pullbacks, and then went up well. Shortly after open, it got really, really choppy, but in an upward direction before it finally lost it all and started going down. But this high here of 2460.8 is a new all-time high. We see copper has been active, has been the only one active really so far this evening since the open. You see, this would have easily given us, but I won't count this one because I usually won't play unless something is really yelling for me, the open. So my first, maybe I would have got in maybe on this one, and that would have only given me 10 ticks. So this looks like a night that we really want to go for. Normally I go for 20 ticks. So I might go for 10 ticks. That would have, I wouldn't even be at 10 ticks on this yet. So we'll kind of play it by ear. We'll see if any additional volumes coming in. Everyone seems sleepy right now. The whole market does. So welcome to everyone that's joining me this evening. As always, feel free to say hello in the chat. And while we're at it, I'll let you know about something that's coming up this weekend. Doing a live webinar Saturday, November 13th at 2:30 Eastern Daylight Time. We'll be covering a lot of topics such as earn a trade, um, futures basics, the tools I use, um, why I feel trading is important, and a few other topics such as my background and why I got into trading. So I hope you can make it out. It'll be a live webinar. I will be taking questions through the webinar and after. Took some time this weekend. I got my YouTube looking all nice. Better thumbnails in there. Got a template going. Made new intro screens, new logo. Totally changed the name. So this here, this got our 10 ticks. So far, this signal would have got 10 ticks, this signal would have got 10 ticks, and this one obviously would have got 10 ticks, that one would have got 20. So, I mean, if we had played all three of those, and of course we wouldn't have taken this signal here because it went down to the uptrending SMA line. So the three signals we would have taken would have worked for $125 wins. As you can see, we're not even getting a lot of signals right now. Crude oil was kind of yelling at me earlier. Let's take a look at that last signal. Let's see. This buy signal I wouldn't have taken downtrending SMA line. So I would have taken this one here. Normally I'm looking for 20 ticks on a crude trade. Tonight it's probably 10 ticks is better. And we wouldn't even be anywhere close to there yet. We'll be at 3 ticks. Most it's gone is 5 ticks. So maybe a scalping kind of night. 5 by 5. Maybe going with 2 contracts. Wait. Whoops. Yeah, I have the NQ on a ES. I definitely never look for 15 points on the NQ. That would be insane. So this sell signal here, which was actually before 7 o'clock, I would have actually got in on this one. And that would have worked for our 2 points on the $100 on the S&P. But the S&P is actually dropping like a rock. It actually would have given us almost 7 points. So it might be because the mover right now. Let's see what NASDAQ's doing. I want to thank Elon Musk for the drop today in the NASDAQ and the S&P. His crazy tweet about selling his. So we really didn't get we got the sell signal before 6 or 7 o'clock Eastern, and that. So like I said, I usually not paying attention at that point. If I would have waited until the top of the hour, we could have gotten in here. And let's see, would we have gotten 15 points? Let's look. Let's right at the top of the hour we were pulling back. So I would have waited till the pullback was there, back through the SMA line. So right here. Or maybe we can look at the 2-minute chart. Let's look at the 2-minute chart and see if it gave us a better entry. Yeah, right there. No, that's still before. No, it didn't. 5-minute chart give us an entry? Oops. No, 5-minute chart didn't either. Okay. So again, you don't have to just blindly follow the buy and sells if you feel like you're at a good spot. Again, I would have waited until after the top of the hour and after it rebroke the SMA line down. So right there. And this would have given us easily 15 points. It would have given us 25 points. So that means we probably want to start looking at what support is. Let's check out what we're getting some signals here. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Hey Jay, you getting that homework done? So interesting here, you see copper heading downward further. And that actually, so that's interesting, is that copper would have given us a 20 tick win there too. So this one it would not have. So I still think, even though it would have given us 2 20 tick wins, I think going for 10 ticks is probably better for tonight. We will keep an eye on that. Copper's now back below yesterday's high. What else is giving us a signal? Gold. Gold did that almost that same move, and gold would have given us that 1 point. Let's see if it would have given us 1.6. Looks like it would have. Nope, misses it by a tick. And crude oil. Oh, there's gold again. Gold's bopping right back up. Ooh, big big move up on crude. I mean, 8 ticks, big for tonight. Bouncing off the EMA line. Sounds like riveting subject matter, Jay. Now the Russell. Let's see how big this was. Russell gave us a nice signal here after the top of the hour. That would have easily given us our 3 points that we look for on the Russell. Gold's not sure what it wants to do. Heading back up now. I'm always hesitant when things are going down and then reversing right back up that strongly. We're getting buy signals on both, but we have broken the bands on the one, so that makes me hesitant. We'll watch to see whether or not that was a mistake. Copper's doing that same move, basically, although it had a little bit more of a reversal candle here. It's only, I mean, it's 7 ticks up. And you can see on the 5 minute, it's actually big, this is actually part of this big move down. So it's kind of indecisive. Bonds. James Bonds. Jay always likes when I do that. Normally I'm looking for 7 to 5. 7 tick profits. So far, this would have given us 3, and it's heading downward. And Q, another sell signal. That's tempting. Not sure how tempting. It's taking up the entire bands. See there, it's reversing again. The signal went away. Um, Kind of look like crude's trying to give us the finger. So here we see gold. This is just up and down wild. Down 5 ticks. I mean, and it's not real wild. It's 5, excuse me, 5 ticks. Then back up, and then back down. No, I'm sorry. Back up and down on this one candle. Up, doji with a wick down, down, up. Do the hokey pokey and turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. I saw a signal. What was it? NQ again. NQ is trying to push down here. You can see it's sideways on the 5. And it's been sideways on the 5 minute really for the past 35 minutes or so. Crude. Crude's doing the same thing. that gold is. Looks like I might be trying to push up now. FYI, if anyone here is a Robinhood trader, they not too long ago, hour or two ago, announced a data breach. So it looks like it's supposedly not too bad. Uh, yeah. Oops. Here we go. Discusses data breach that exposed information on millions of customers. They say they believe no social security numbers or bank account numbers or debit card numbers were exposed, and there's no financial loss, but they did obtain a list of email addresses for about 5 million people and full names for another group of about 2 million people. So, another great day for Robinhood. Oh, we should have got in on that crude. That's starting to take off. Gold. Gold's finally picked a direction. I wonder how much follow through that has. So here is crude. You can see it's going. This would have given us 82 of, ooh, pull back, 82.03. It would have given us 6 ticks. That's more than $60. I would take that. Copper, trying to head back up. Agriculture. Let's get to the front. Agriculture. Today, grinded up. Soybean oil at least grinded up just slightly and then fell really bad at the open. I think when everyone else is playing NQ at the open, I'm going to start playing soybean oil. Definitely squeezing here. Man, squeezing together. Volume. And the volume on these is, each minute's only, 30 to 40. Couple 198, but not a lot of volume at all. Crude oil again. Okay, so crude oil again. I mean, not much follow through. It wasn't like we missed a bunch. I mean, we should get. If I would have went in for 5 ticks, we would have got 5 ticks, and that would have been it. It's pulled back now. Everything is just so tight right now. Not sure we're gonna be getting a lot of trades tonight. Russell, oops, and copper. Let's see what Russell's doing. Russell's giving us a buy signal. Strong downtrend on the 5-minute chart, though. Not much room into the Bollinger Band. Excuse me. A little bit hoarse tonight. I'm not sure why. Just looking for some scalp plays, I guess. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was looking at Tesla earlier. And I noticed a trend on Tesla. I'm not sure the trend stays that way after hours. But if you look at Tesla and you look at the S&P or you look at the Nasdaq, and you can really see how it correlates. Nasdaq more than the S&P. And G and Q. NG, big buy signal here on little volume. NQ. NQ is trying to move up. I want to see it break that SMA line on the 5 before I get happy about it. Six tick candle here on natural gas, which is really small for gas. Wow, it's doing some weird stuff there. Six tick followed by 14 ticks, but it went up. It ballooned up 28 ticks in a couple of seconds. That's interesting. You can see here I marked off that this would be a loser on crude oil at a 10.7. If I was running my normal, it would not be yet a loser, but it'd be a long way away. So far, the most it's gone in the direction we wanted it to go is 5 ticks. 5 ticks seems to be the order of the day so far. So is anyone out there just learning? Or is anyone trading? Is anyone sim trading? What you all doing on this slow Monday night? Huh? So it's trying to get above this SMA line. I mean EMA, yeah, SMA line. I was right. That's a decent little move. 92 up to 97, 5 points. Pulling back as it hits that SMA. UB back with a buy signal, but downtrending bands. Doesn't have much room to move unless it starts bending the bands. Yes. ES. No, I'm sorry. Yes, it's giving us a buy signal as well. It's also still well below that EMA line. Was that RTY also coming alive? Oh, RTY gave us a buy signal 5 minutes ago. You can see Nasdaq is struggling to get above this SMA line. You can only see it, rubbing up against it here with the 5 minute, but here you can see it's basically tried 3 times there on that line. Still pushing up. We could have went in this trade and went for 5 points, which is $100, and gotten it. But there's no way we would have known that on that. If you seen here, if we had tried that here, we would have failed. If we would have tried that here, we would have failed. Uh, Copper. But no, I'm here sitting on the copper screen. Go look for copper. So we're seeing possibly a new downtrend here. I guess, let's start looking for some support and resistance. See what we have, what we're up against. Looks like there, maybe there. Nothing really strong. just pullbacks on that uptrend. Gold, so gold was actually, and this ended up being a good signal. Um, but it was into the bands, and then did this, and then did this. I could have got in here, but let's just see if I would have just listened to the signal, got in there, we would have got our 1.6. So that's kind of interesting. So it seems like the metals, and oil is trying to move now. Oil's doing this sideways upwards movement. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm checking something out, something I was sent. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. So, crude oil sent us a signal here, and still wouldn't have gotten much out of it. Um, Gold, we missed out on this one. Copper seems to be trying to go back up. I mean, if you go kind of on the 5-minute chart here, copper is grinding downward. And if we weren't playing the signals, well, first off, we would have played the signals. This signal would have been good. But it basically correlates with that signal there. So let me just see before I talk here. Okay. Yeah, that coordinated with this candle here. So right now it's looking at it's wanting to trend downward, but you see it's kind of also trying to band bounce. So right now it's definitely looking bearish. Russell, we got it there. Oops, wrong direction. It's not moving much. We'll be up 4 ticks. Okay, so you see that the NQ has broken this SMA line kind of. It's like sitting on it. If we had entered on this buy signal, which normally shoots for 15 by 10. or if you're talking ticks, 60 by 40, we would be up about 5 points. Nothing to write home about, but like I said, it's $100. And G is natty gas. So you can see here, this is quite weird, a very weird. We have a syringe-looking candle here. Yes. And I mean, we're really looking for 40. We would have got 28. And now it's pulling back, but trying to bounce. We'd love to find one or two good trades. Oh, this bond trade would have worked for 7 points. I'm sorry, 7 ticks. Yeah, S. Sideways. So we have absolutely nothing going on right now. So let's look back at the day that was. Actually, let me bring up my spreadsheet. And paste. Let's see how we would have done. Let's check these signals first. Big move down in gold, but kind of bouncing off that SMA line on the 5. And by big, oh, that's 11 ticks. That is actually kind of big for right now. Copper. So copper's still trending down. Looks like we should have jumped in here. There's the thing. Getting a whole bunch of signals now that 20 by 15. So we would be at that again if we were going for excuse me 10 ticks. We would have been there with copper. Actually, we would be 80% to the full profit goal. So maybe we're starting to get some movement and volume here. We see a movement down here again on NQ. Bounced off that SMA line. Crude. Crude's also pulling down. So let's watch the indices for a bit here. Curious to see where this goes. Quiet night. UB. Pull back on the UB. Wait to see whether it can break the SMA line because it's uptrending. Gold here. See, this split gave us 5. NQ no follow through so far. It could still follow through. I'm gonna bring up a NinjaTrader window here. I'm going to make up a ATM that's 5 by 5, 5 ticks by 5 ticks. Nothing more. 5 by 5. Okay. So this copper trade would have ended up going to the regular profit target. This is kind of a bummer now because this means that, 3 of the 4 would have gone to profit. Let's look how it would have done throughout the day today. As you can see, I charted out all the trades I would have taken. If you ever joined me before, I have said that. Crude still going down. So this is copper today. We won't count this one because this one, we would have closed at the close. We would have been green, but so that's a win. That's a win. 2-0, 2-2, 3-3, 4, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, 7-4, 7-5, 7-6, 7-7. Three losses in a row. 8-7, 8-8. So 8-8 on the day. And you might say, "Oh my God, that's horrible." I'm sorry about the. But let's go to the spreadsheet. And we're going down the HG. I just started the new sheet. So 8 times 8 at 20 ticks by 15 ticks. Well, 20 times 8 is 160, and 15 times 8 is 120. So he still ended up with a 40 tick, 40 ticks of profit. Hey, good night, Jay. Talk to you tomorrow. So we'll bring up our trusty calculator. 40 times 1250, that's 500 bucks. So even when you know 50% win rate, you still end up with 500 bucks. And that's a one contract. So if you've been running 3 contracts, 1500. Once I'm funded and at full capacity, I'll be able to run 9. So that, you know. Uh, there we go. There's my black. Okay. Back to the charts. NQ. Trying to say, hey. Oh, buy signal the NQ. So we never really had follow through there either. So now the curious thing would be, so as my mail stops popping up. There we go. Ah. Obviously this would have won. So we started off with getting this buy signal here. So if we would have taken that first buy signal, 15.10, we'll still be in a trade. Almost stopped out there. But we would be just about break even. But on the ES, which is acting a little different tonight, excuse me. Again, crude. Crude seems to send so many signals. I'm not sure why. Maybe I have more, accidentally have too many alerts in there. Crude, 2 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. So the 2 minute chart is sending me all these signals. Curious why. Let's look at the 2 minute chart here for a second. Huh. It's just kind of playing with the line. So what was I doing? Oh, ES. So that would have been our first signal after 7. This buy signal wouldn't not have worked. But I believe the sell signal would have. Maybe. Yeah, that would have gotten us our 2 points. Now some people only take trades if a short trade if they're underneath if the price action is underneath the SMA line. And so for tonight, that strategy would be working. Because if you look here, if we go all the way back to open, this one would have worked, and this one would have worked. So just taking shorts on the 1 minute chart since the open would give us 4 2-point wins. 400 bucks. Russell. Russell, you can see is downtrending. Looks like Russell's similar. Try to go long tonight and you're kind of getting stopped. Even back here, let's see. I wouldn't have got the profit. I would actually stopped out. But the rest of these would have worked. Oh, jet. So far, copper's been the star of the night, even though we haven't gotten anything out of it yet. This downward crude signal here. First of all, I mean, we were in a downward signal from way over here. Should have been the first one we would have got in after 7 Eastern. And we'll be in profit by 4 ticks. If we had gotten in on this one, 01 down to 95, that's only 6 ticks. Still nothing to be excited about. Russell again. Sideways, just sending signals. Nothing great. Uh, sorry, yawning. Monday and I'm already tired. This is kind of boring. Kind of night that I'll be doing something else. We'll try to watch the charts if I wasn't streaming. It doesn't work real well when you're doing something else and just ignoring your stream uh, participants. We see natural gas as a sell signal here in the 5 minute. Then was back here before it broke the SMA. Two down to 27, so that have been 15 ticks. So it looks like I have one viewer right now on Twitch. Would you like to say hi? I would really appreciate it. because I'm like bored right now. Well, I guess we can count up the other assets for the day and see how they did. I hate it when I do that. So, we see here yesterday. Boom, 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 boom. That would have worked. So 1 win, 2 wins, loss, 2 losses, 3. Okay, so we're 3-2 on this one. Now these hours I do a different parameter. I do 3.5 by 2.5, and we're 2-1 on that. How far back do we go? That's it. Okay. So we're 3-2 in the other. 4-2, 5-2, 5-3, 6-3, 7-3. 7-4, 7-5, 8-5, 8-6, 8-7. Yeah, yeah. Chop Fest City here. We can just move this here. What I got in? Oh, I guess I can't. So that would have been 8-8-9. Clone. Would have tried again. I would have ended up with that same stop out from over here. So 8-9, 9-9, 10-9, 10-10, 11-10, 12-10, 13-10. That's where it starts. Okay. 13-10. So 13-10. Let's bring up our spreadsheet again. Spreadsheet. Oops. Why is my spreadsheet? There we go. Oh. Okay. So I'll have to work on that whole ew. That's horrible. Okay, so I have to work on formatting this later, but for now on, this is gold. And we were 13-10. Yeah, you gotta work on this then. And 3-2. So, yeah, you probably can't even see that on screen. But 13 times 16, since we did 16 ticks, 208 minus 10 times 10 is 100. Then we're going to do 35 times 3 minus 50. So 163 total ticks. That'd be 1,630 bucks. Now I'll get back off that. I gotta work on that. kind of signal we got here? We got an NG signal again, natural gas. Really not doing anything. Nothing's doing anything. Poke it with a, excuse me, poke it with a stick. So we see NG trying to kind of come up again. Let's take a look at the daily chart on the NASDAQ. As you can see today, well actually it wasn't. I thought today was a red day, but it was not. So we're still continuing this string of red days. I'm not sure why it's considered a green day though, because it's below the other day. Huh. Interesting. Crude. Crude is just an attention hog. So as we can see, gold would have given us, that would give us 15 to 16, that would give us 16, that would give us 16. So there have been plays tonight that I haven't taken. Boop, 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 boop. We're just staring at a screen right now. Sorry guys, it's just boring tonight. Gold, which we're sitting on. Buy signal here. Big. We are 2 minutes before 9 o'clock, and sometimes we see some movement here right at 9 o'clock. So maybe we'll see that tonight. Let's go by a 5x5 on gold here. Let me find gold. There's gold and then there. I just there 5x5. The oh darn it. Ew. Doesn't know what it wants to do here. Jumping around. Okay, so that wouldn't have been a good idea. My hesitation was correct. And G. A weak buy signal. But not much going on there. Ain't nothing going on there. Slight movement up there. Whoa. Wow. I missed this bond signal and that would have been, oh wow. That would have been awesome. I wonder what prompted that. That would have been an awesome signal to get on. Darn it. This had a perfect, everything was perfect for it. Had pulled back to the SMA line, had fallen below it, came back up, was solidly above when it sent the signal, and then boom. ES. So there's seems some possible movement up here on the indices. Let's get on ES. Why not? Nothing else to do. Buy the bid. Oh, wait, we're on sim. Let's go on gauntlet. Gonna buy the bid. No, wrong one. Ah. ES 2x2 is what I want. Or filled. Down one tick. Just looking for 2 points here with a 2 point stop loss. I don't like running 50 by 50 stop to profit target, but it's looking like a reversal candle on the 1 minute here. We're down a point now. Maybe more of a force here. Let's check what the others are doing. HG gold. This is a signal would have been good again. I should have jumped in. Copper giving us a signal as well. Down 3 ticks on the ES. Have copper up behind the NinjaTrader ES chart as we watch to see if that does anything. Now the one mistake maybe I made here on the S. Oh god. Apologize for any voices you might be hearing in the background. I don't have a private area to do this streaming. We did have down. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, that's why I was looking at the wrong thing. Did have downtrending bands here into this trade on the 5 minute. So that's that could have been a warning sign. Down to just one tick now. So it's still trying to move upwards. I think I can. I think I can. Let's mark this always on top for now. Put it down here to the side while we go check out what gold's doing. Gold's pulling back again now. You see, this would have worked. Alright, let's see what that was. Darn it. Russell saying hello. We would we got that 1.6 out of that. That's a winner, or would have been a winner. Russell. Russell's going up as well. Hopefully it's a good sign for our ES, which is back to break even. UB pulling back now after that big move up. Still watching our ES trade. We're down one tick. Everything's kind of sideways right now. Looking for a little bit of move upwards here. NASDAQ showing a little strength. Copper had nothing after that buy signal. And I wouldn't have taken this buy signal here because it broke the third band, which is a good indication of a pullback. This is even a small pullback. Gold sideways. You see we have an uptrending SMA line on the 1 minute chart. So hopefully that's a good sign as we're waiting to see whether this ES trade does anything. NQ is giving us a buy signal on the 5 minute. It's another good sign. Ultra bond sell signal well above the SMA line here. It's actually 4 ticks above the SMA. So if it will pull all the way back to the SMA line, that'll be a good trade to get into. I'm just not sure that's what it's going to do. Let's take a look at it. On the 5, eh, I don't know. But we are now up 1 tick in our ES trade. It's kind of nice that I just want to take that $25 that we were up and say, okay, thank you, and not continue to play with it, but we won't do that. No, I might have done that if we were going with 3 contracts and I'd been up $25 each or $75. Oh, let's see what copper wants. Copper is another sell. We're not listening to that right now. It just wants to be sideways. ES. Well, okay. This NQ is continuing to move up. So is the ES. It's fiddling with being up 3 ticks, 4 ticks, 5 ticks. There we go. 6. Right now at 5 ticks or $62.50. We're shooting for 8 ticks, which is exactly $100. Up back to 4 ticks. Pull them back just slightly. NQ still looking strong. Remember, sometimes trading is about patience. Gotta wait it out. That pull back now to 3 tick in profit. Definitely seems to be struggling here at this level. Oops, I've been blocking my signals and didn't realize it. ESGC, HG. Gold's kind of crawling down. And Kappa still giving us that bum sell signal. It's not really coming anything of it. Ooh. So ES is definitely showing weakness here. You see NQ from way back here would have reached this profit goal off of this buy signal. Meanwhile, let's take this off screen a minute. Let's blow this up. This is the ES chart. Just want to look to see whether or not we have any support or resistance, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And there. But I really don't see anything. This is right where we're at now. This is really doesn't have any reason for this to be struggling here that I see. Back down to 3 ticks of profit. It seems to want to trend back down toward the SMA line. Remember, we're looking for 8 ticks. 2 points. It's kind of palpitating here between 3 and 4 ticks. Seen the way it struggled when it got up to 6 ticks in profit. If we get back up there, I might just close the trade there. Tempted to close it here where it's struggling with this at the $50 mark. Just trying again. $46.85 seems to be the struggle area. We're gonna move our stop down. Our profit take target down there, and take $75 if it gives it to us. Seems to be a lot of sellers coming in at that level. Yeah. Try to see if we can get filled here at $62.50 profit. Yep, we're dropping down further here. Got 2 red candles in a row here on the 1 minute. Hopefully it goes back up to that one more tick to get to, it should be filling us here and it's not. There we go. So it was a $62.50 trade. The way it struggled at that level, I mean, it might still go our way. It's still trending that way, but it's starting to go, it's going sideways for several minutes, and I'd rather get some money out of that than nothing, than go back down to nothing. So I consider that a good trade. $62.50, just more than I made today on the Turk. So we have a buy signal on crude oil. It seems like the buys are stronger than the sells, although they're not getting a lot. But we're gonna bring up crude chart. We'll go for 8 ticks there as well, if we get in. Right now that signal went away. That pull back now. So let's look at this Nasdaq, because this Nasdaq got us. We would have had 2 good trades on the Nasdaq tonight so far. These would have been $300 each. So I'm really, I know I was just in an ES trade, but I'm really starting to think Nasdaq's the way to go. So let's look at the day on the Nasdaq, shall we? This one 1 1 2 1 3 1 3 2 4 2. So during the higher volatility, I go 30 by 20, and that would have been 2 by 2, 2 to 2 and 2. So we have 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 5 4, 5 5, 6 5, 6 6, 7 7, 8 7, 9 7, 10 7, 10 8, 11 8, 11 8, and 2 2. Let's bring up the spreadsheet again, but I know it's hard to see. I gotta fix this. Uh, that helps. Let's roll down here to NQ. What did it say? 9.6? Is that what it said? Well, crap. I know this was 2 by 2. Now I gotta count again. 1, 2 1 3 1 4 1 4 2 5 2 5 3 6 3 6 4 7 4 7 5 7 6 8 6 8 7 9 7 10 7. Wait, this is coming up 10 8 11 8. That sounds right. 11 8. Yeah. There we go. 11 8. Now I'm sorry about the color of this, and I will get this fixed before I show it again on screen next time. Wait, not 11:18. That would suck. So 11:8. So now 13 wins divided by 23 total trades is only a 56% win rate. But look at this now. 11 times 15, 165, minus 8 times 10 is 80, plus 2 times 30, 60, minus 2 times 20 is 40. So 105 points, or 420 ticks. 105 points is over $2,000 on a 56% win rate. Crude oil. I swear I get more signals on crude than anything else. Now you see in this crude, we've been in basically the same trade that we've been in since 2 hours ago. If we were looking for 20 by 15, 20 by 16, I'm sorry. But the furthest it's gone in the profit has been 5 ticks. But we'll still be in at 20 by 16. So it's definitely a tight range right now. Showing signs that it wants to head upwards. There you can see we're up over $62.50 tonight. We're looking for some more. NQ. Well, we're here, so that helps. NQ showing a downward move now. See the same thing on the ES. So it was good that we got out of that trade because it never went any further. Never was able to break that level where we got out at. NQ pushing down here. Kind of want to see it break the 5-minute, the SMA on the 5-minute. ES also giving us that signal. It's only about 2 points away from that SMA line. So we'll see if it breaks that, and if it does, then we'll look for an entry. Natural gas. So copper finally did, I mean, it finally gave us a sell signal on a slightly green candle. And it looks like this would have worked, possibly. But I would never get in on this. It was basically, it sent a signal, but in the middle of 7 green candles. 8 green candles. 7, 8, 7, 8. Actually 9. If you're debating 7, 8, we got 9. But you can see when they got to all the way there, but it would have got close. some sort of line here, but I don't see why I have it here. Oh, maybe uh, that was a support line that kind of just blew through, so that obviously doesn't matter. Nope. NQ sideways now after that sell signal.